Hennythemoor reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing this fine day, man? Hey, it's Thursday. The weekend is almost upon us, man. So, it's time for a liquor store run, man. So, come on in, get your hen, get your gin, whatever it takes to make you sin. And we're going to come in and get drunk on this Dallas Cowboy content together, man. So, hey, I'm gonna give y'all an update on the raffle. As y'all know, there's two raffles going on for a Dallas Cowboy jersey, one on the 9th, one on the 31st. So I just want to give y'all an update on how those are going. We're gonna talk about offseason news, different things happening around. The Dallas Cowboys actually attended their annual derby. And so, they got a chance to talk to a bunch of different players. There was a bunch of different things said. We're going to talk about that. And then we're also going to talk about, stopping the damn run. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I've been pushing this run the damn ball campaign with my cousin. But, we damn sure going to talk about stopping the damn run. I think the Dallas Cowboys have taken the next step in trying to do that. So, before I get too far ahead of myself, man, I need everybody to hit that like button. Need everybody to hit that share button. Let everybody know that the liquor store is open and in session. And if you ain't joined the channel, man, please hit that subscription button. We're trying to grow the channel, grow the content, get up to 1,000 subscribers, man. Right now, we're sitting at, how many we got right now, man? We got 766. So y'all definitely been showing love, helping the platform grow. I appreciate y'all for everything that y'all do, man. And just remember, as you see going across the bottom, we're doing a raffle, $5 per entry, but we're doing a 2-for-1. If you send $5, you get an entry for the raffle on the 9th, and you will also get an entry for the raffle on the 31st. So you want a chance to get a Dallas Cowboy jersey of your choosing, go ahead and send $5, $1 Hennythemoor. It'll be a great way to support the channel and also get yourself a chance to get some dope shit. So let me go through here and show y'all some love, man. I see y'all in here commenting. Let me make sure to show y'all some love, man. Hey, shout out to my boy Joshua Fisher checking in. My guy Hoodlum, I see you. Kelvin Hicks, I appreciate you, my guy. Richard Berry, Regina Green with the green. My boy Stephen Harrison. Michael Lockhart, I see you. Thank you for tapping in with me, man. Justin Kitchen, I see you, my boy. What's good with you? Kelvin Hicks, what's good with y'all? Everybody, make sure y'all share the content. Share about 6 times. We're going for Super Bowl ring 6. So share it about 6 times to 6 different platforms, man. So first, I'm gonna get these raffle updates out the way, man, and then we're gonna jump right into the content. Just so y'all know that I've been on top of my game, man. So for the one that's gonna happen on the 9th, right? This is the one that got reopened because the lunatic gave up. The jersey, so that one of y'all can win it. So salute to the lunatic for showing the love. Right now, Dwayne Brown, my brother, has the best shot of winning the jersey. He has 22 entries. Regina Green with the green is in second place. She has 20 entries. Hey, shout out to Michael Lockhart for adding us up another entry into here. So let me make sure I go ahead and update you real quick. Hey, shout out to Marquetta for a $5 donation that also added you in. You get one for the 9th, one for the 31st. So I'll make sure to add you in too. So let me update y'all real quick. Booyah. And then there was my boy Michael Lockhart. So boom. So over it, I see you, Q-Ball. What's up? Joshua Fisher, what's good with y'all, man? So hey, I'm just going through these raffle updates real quick, and we're gonna go from there, man. So Dwayne Brown had the best odds with 22. Miss Regina Green with the green had the second best odds with 20. All right. So let me see. DC for Life. My Texas has 16 entries, so he has the third best odds so far. Oh, Donald Holmes has 11 entries. Then my boy, let me see who this is right here. Antonio Cole has 14 entries. Did not mean to skip over my boy. Let me see who else is up on here. Michael Eitry, always coming through with the volcanoes blowing up. He has 10 entries. Michael McQuay has 8 entries. Marquetta, you now have 7 entries for this raffle. So salute to you for supporting the content and showing love. Let's see. Freight Train has 6 entries. S.A. Richburg has 10. Donald Ryder has 2. Stephen Jones has 2. Tyler Sloan has 1. Sharon Bell with 1, Neil with 2, Christopher Boats with 2, Salter with 2. Let's see. Stephen Harrison has 4. Cowboy Fan 95 with 3. David Sorrells has 2. Louis Winslow has 1. Corey Williams has 3. Keystone has 4. King G has 2. Starter Kick Duke has 4. Khalil Parson with 1. The Original People with 2. Klebo with 2. To1 with 1. JC Cowboy with 3. Jeffrey with 2. It's Too Easy with 8. Texas T with 1. Tupac with the Mohawk with 2. Desmond Ironman with 1. Daisy Clark with 3. So, hey, man, y'all been going off with this raffle, man. So that's the one for the night. For the one with the 31st, and Raquetta just sent another one. So let me update that one real quick. Boom. And then Michael Lockhart sent another one on that one too. So boom. All right. So right now we have multiple people in the lead for that one. For the one on the 31st, Donald Holmes has 6 entries. Neil has 6 entries. Michael Lockhart has 2. Marquetta has 4. Mickey has 3. Dwayne Brown has 3. Stephen Jones has 2. Antonio Cole has 4. Tyler Sloan has 1. JC has 1. David Sorrells has 1. Sharon Bill has 1. DC for Life Texas has 1. Christopher Boats has 2. And Salter has 2. So that's the updates on the raffle, man. There's still plenty of time to get it on both. For the raffle on the 9th, there is 5 days left. Right, there's 5 days left for that one to get your entries in for that, and the one for the 31st. If my math is not incorrect, there's 27 days left for the one on the 31st. So remember, continue to support the raffles, continue to support the channel. Hey, how many do I have for the night? For the 9th, let me see. Michael Lockhart, you have 2 for the one on the 31st, and on the one on the 9th. You have 4. Yeah, you have 4. You have 4 for that one, and you have 2 for the other one. So salute to y'all for supporting, showing love to the channel, and rocking with your boy, man. And remember, keep supporting the raffles. The better they go, the more that we do, man. Hey, Neil, what's up with you, my guy? He just slapped the shit out of 9 Eagles fans, man. Hey, you definitely got to get a free drink, man. We're going to send you a complimentary bottle of Eagles Tears in the mail, man. For sure. Hey, anytime, Michael Lockhart. But yeah, now that we got that out the way, we're going to move on and talk about the actual content, man. Because there's a lot of shit that went on today. A lot of speculation about roster moves, a lot of, talk about player personnel, everything else, man. So let's start, with the first thing. Micah Parsons is allegedly moving to linebacker full-time. Right, he is allegedly moving to linebacker full-time. Hey, shout out to the boy Eastside Hero, our friendly neighborhood troll. Thank you for tapping into the liquor store. Even though you are a fan of a despicable fan base and a horrible franchise, you're still my guy, and I appreciate you for coming into the liquor store and showing love, my guy. I rock with you, though. All jokes aside, I do rock with you. He said, I smack 40 Eagles fans right here in the more familiar way. Hey, I feel that, man. Hey, you get up close and personal with him, man. I know your hand's sore as hell, my boy. Sore as hell. But yeah, let me get this pulled up real quick, man. I need to save this image. Boom. I want to share this on the screen real quick. So let me get this downloaded. And then let me get it uploaded in the chat real quick. He said, don't really like the Eagles. Hey, you ain't got to like the Eagles. We hate the Eagles. Eagles are a fan base of shit eaters and crybabies. So, yes, you can talk about the Eagles as much as you want. There's like 1 or 2 I really rock with. But, like for the most part, man, like fuck the Eagles. Like there's a couple of them I really do rock with though, man. There's a couple of them, but yeah, they're horrible. They're horrible. All right, so let me get this uploaded real quick. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so I'm finna go share this to the screen. Nope, that's not the right one. Neither one is the one I wanted to share, huh? Here it go. All right. So this is the first report from Clarence Hill Jr. As y'all do know, he is a guy who is a Dallas Cowboy insider. Basically, he covers the Cowboys. Once you hear that from him, you can usually stamp it. He says Cowboys Pro Bowl linebacker Micah Parsons is not participating in the team's offseason program. He is working out in Austin, adding bulk and weight to be a full-time defensive end next season. He said he will return to Cowboys for OTAs. End quote. So that is two things. One, Micah Parsons, and this is the thing, like, I don't really think play-wise is going to make much of a difference. Hey, what's up with you, DP Johnson? Thank you for tapping in. What's up with you, man? Double R, what's good with you, my guy? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. Everybody, make sure you hit that like button and that share button, man. It said, Henny, stop faking. Luke Shoemaker is tight end one. Man, quit playing with me, bro. Hey, Iceberg Slim, quit playing with the church's money, man. I'm going to talk about that, too, moving forward, too, man. Exactly, Justin Kitchen. Because if we're being honest, if we look at the breakdown of these Michael Parsons snap alignments, he's already attached to the line, as a defensive end more times than a linebacker. Matter of fact, let me pull up his PFF snap breakdown so I can give you the exact numbers, right? Because he already near plays exclusively as an edge rusher any damn way. So let's take a look at that. So let me see. Trying to find his alignment snaps. Give me 1 second. I usually go right to it when I ain't looking for it. Micah said he is only putting on. Yeah. Joe, hey, what's up with you, Joe? Appreciate you for tapping in. I'm trying to find his actual snap alignment because it's already, huge. Hold on. Okay. Here it go. We got his player profile right here. Okay. I think this is it. Now, this still ain't what I'm trying to look at. I can't find it. Maybe it's in the splits. Nope. All right, just take my word for it, man. When I found it, he had like 1,000 snaps as a pass rusher compared to like 20. What's happening here? Breaking news. What's the breaking news? What country done see it? Let me see. Landlord in the building. Let me see. Let me go down here and see what my boy talking about. He said, breaking news, just watch Shoemaker film and he's better than Kelsey day one. Boy, quit playing with the church's money. Thank you, DP Johnson. So Michael Parsons only had 94 snaps at linebacker last season. And when you compare that to the amount of time that he actually went out there and rushed the passer, right? That speaks volumes to the difference. So he's already basically playing defensive end for you. The only difference is in the money. Me and West Coast looked at this the other day. The highest paid defensive end is making about $28 million a year right now. The highest paid linebacker is making $20 million a year. There are multiple pass rushers making $20 million or more. And then, there's only one guy right now making $20 million annually as a linebacker. And even if you look at the projected tag at the position for defensive end will be more than the projected tag for the linebacker by the time it's time to put it on. So it's definitely a way to forcibly make the Dallas Cowboys acknowledge the fact that he's a edge rusher, because it'll be way cheaper to pay Michael Parsons as a linebacker, right? So, I don't necessarily, and I do believe that Michael Parsons, just gaining a few extra pounds to deal with, the physicality of rushing the passer that much is a good idea. A lot of people don't really talk about it, but he did get banged up and dinged up towards the end of the season. And, his production teetered off a little bit. So adding a little bit extra weight is not a problem. As somebody already pointed out, he's not planning to go past right. He doesn't plan to go past 255 anytime soon. Yo, JC Cowboy, what's good with you, man? Yeah, he doesn't plan to go past 255 anytime soon. So, and he's already basically playing the position. The only thing this is going to change is his payday. When it's time to cash out for that boy, that's the only thing that's going to change. As he pointed out, there are multiple guys making $20 million a year as a pass rusher, and not too many making $20 million a year as a linebacker. Hey, Michael H., what's good with y'all, man? Yeah, he's only talking about a healthy 10-pound gain. Yeah, landlord, if the light cut on the Henderson blocking Ferguson is tight end 3. Ooh. What happened, Desmond Ironman? What's good with you, man? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think he'll still be fine regardless. And listen, I don't expect him to lose too much burst. He's very young. He's very explosive. He's putting on weight the right way. So let's say even if he did gain 20 pounds, let's say he got up to like 260. Because he's only like 241 right now. He would still be a very dominant player. That added power would make up for a little bit of the lost step if that were to happen. But pretty much what this sounds like to me, Michael Parsons will have more opportunities to rush the passer. He will probably have about 15 to 16 sacks this season. Those extra opportunities playing linebacker less. So I don't expect Michael Parsons to be cheap anytime soon. He's already had back-to-back season with 13 sacks. I still think there's an extra gear that he can take if he get more opportunities to actually rush the passer. And you added other athletes that can play that pseudo linebacker for you. You just brought in Overshown. You retained Donovan Wilson. You're very high on Devin Harper right now. J-Ron Curse is still here. So, you got other guys that can play that tweener linebacker role for you, so you don't have to pigeonhole Michael Parsons into that spot. So I'm not really concerned about it long term. Michael Parsons is a hell of a pass rusher. He's best suited to rush the passer. And even though he excels at other things, I would rather him, go after the passer. Von Miller can do those things too. Von Miller can drop into coverage. Von Miller, can do this, do that. But we all love Von Miller for the fact that he can get a bunch of sacks. So, let Michael Parsons be Von Miller. Let him be Von Miller. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. He doesn't have to, take a snap at corner, take a snap at safety like he's been doing. He doesn't have to fill in at linebacker here and there. Just let him be who he's supposed to be. Micah about to go crazy, bro. He said, Henny, I really like Prince defense. I do too. Micah getting 20 with Mozzie pushing the middle. Mozzie plays 97% in college, so he'll be there for him. Number 11 put on extra pound. Not a bad thing. He's going to lose half of it by the end of training camp. More than likely. I'm going to say it way early. Prediction Michael with a 20-sack season. I wouldn't be surprised with all those extra attempts he's going to get to rush the passer. With all those extra attempts he's going to get to rush the passer, I would not be surprised if that were to happen. Right? And there's really not another dominant pass rusher on the team to take sacks away from Michael Parsons. Like, we all like DeMarcus Lawrence, but he has not had a 10-sack season in quite some time. Sam Williams, he's very young. He hasn't shown that he can get you double-digit sacks. All these other guys on the team, don't have, they're not double-digit sack guys. Even Armstrong, who had a very good season last year, teetered off and only ended up with 9. So there's not going to be a lot of guys that are going to beat Michael Parsons out with his speed and his tenacity to get to these sacks. So these extra opportunities will lead to more sacks and more hurries and more quarterback hits for Michael Parsons. And the beautiful thing about it, he will be eligible for his contract extension next year. So the timing makes perfect sense, right? You already had back-to-back All-Pro seasons. You get a chance to go ahead and completely solidify yourself as the best pass rusher in the league by getting these extra opportunities. The writing is on the wall for Michael Parsons to get paid, and soon, right? This is not something that is down the line. Michael Parsons is not a guy that's going to wait in line. I believe Michael Parsons is going to want to get paid as soon as humanly possible, and I don't blame him. He needs to check Sam numbers. Fowler, only guy on team with higher pressure rate. I like Sam. But I'm just in terms of dominant pass rushers, like as of today, right now, like Michael Parsons is the alpha dog in that regard. I'm sure Sam Williams will have a better season. I think he'll have more opportunities to rush the passer, but he said, I'm honestly excited to see another year with Dante Fowler, low key. Hey, I like that. And I'm really surprised because I didn't think Dante Fowler would re-sign with the Cowboys. I thought he played his way out of Dallas. So, I was actually surprised that he was able to get read up. Hey, Eli, what's good with you, man? Thank you for tapping into the liquor store and showing love to the channel, man. Hey, everybody late coming in, I need y'all to hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that share button. I need y'all to hit that subscribe button if you ain't already done so. Also, I need y'all to go ahead and support the raffles, man. It's $5 and a 2-for-1. You send $5, $1 Hennythemoor, you get 2 entries for a Dallas Cowboy jersey. You get a chance to get one on the 9th, and you get a chance to get one on the 31st. So, 2-for-1 special going on right now while both raffles are going on. So, again, I appreciate y'all for the love and the support. And let's get back to the regular scheduled programming and talk about this content, man. You should be happy. I'm elated, my boy. I am elated. Like, I had to use a big word. Like, happy don't even suffice. How I feel about being able to keep Dante Fowler and these other boys, man. Oh, yeah, Michael H. I know, man. Y'all real ones, man. And I appreciate that support. I really do. Fowler and Sam made plays every rotation they got last season. They should have got ahead of DA, who I think we should have traded since Fowler was brought back. Yeah, that ship has really sailed, man. He only has a year left on his contract at this point. Not really a proven commodity. You really won't get much for him at this point. You had a higher chance to get something for him, last year when he was in the midst of having that breakout season. All right, so here's some other news to look at, man. The Dallas Cowboys were out there for, their annual derby. Right, they had an annual derby, playing baseball, and of course, they had opportunities to speak with the media. So there were a bunch of different things said, a bunch of different things mentioned. So I'm gonna actually play out some of the clips, right? I'm gonna play out some of the clips, and I'm gonna get y'all opinions. They're not long clips. They're provided by John Machado. So shouts to him because I'm sure finna steal some of these and show them to y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna screen share, and then we're just gonna look at these together. So boom, let's go to Twitter. Hit the share button. And then these are all of them right here. Start at the bottom and go up. And this first one is gonna be Brandon Cooks talking about what he brings to the Dallas Cowboys offense.
4-3.
Oh, no question. Being dynamic. I mean, being able to make plays no matter which way, deep, short, intermediate, it really don't matter. Just coming in, being dynamic.
You still 4-3?
Oh, no question.
No question.
No question.
And lost nothing but age.
No, I take care of my body.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I invest in, my body.
All right, so you just heard that there from new Dallas Cowboy wide receiver Brandon Cooks. They would ask Brandon Cooks about what he brings to the Dallas Cowboy offense, and he said being dynamic. A beautiful thing that they did point out. They asked him, was he still a 4-3 wide receiver, and he said no doubt. Right? He said no doubt, no question. He said he invests in his body, and that's good because right now he is the big play threat on this team. Brandon Cooks, even though he's not the biggest guy in the world, he is a 4-3 guy. He does have the ability to take the top off of a defense, and he is real good with the ball in his hand for yards after catch. So Brandon Cooks, Listen, I was so happy when the Dallas Cowboys were able to acquire his services, and it only took a 5th-round pick to get 2 years of a very dynamic player. Now, he did not have his best season last year, right? He was really trying to force his way out of Houston. However, he is only 1 year removed from a 1,000-yard season. He has 6,000-yard season in his career, and he's only like 1,500 yards away from hitting the 10,000-yard club. And he won't even be 30 until after the season starts. So Brandon Cooks is definitely a guy who is not all lip service. When you look at his production, you look at his history, you look at his game speed, he still had that speed. And in an offense like the West Coast offense, where getting the ball in your playmakers' hands, letting them run after the catch, is paramount. He is a guy that still, has that in his arsenal. So we're going to take a quick review of his statistics, then we're going to move on to the next clip. We'll move on to the next clip, and we're going to take a quick look at his statistics real quick. So, boom, Brandon Cooks. Like I said, last year, he did not have his best season, but he still had 88 targets, 56 catches for 699 yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. Remember, the 699 yards would have been second on our team last year. It would have been second on our team ahead of Dalton Schultz. And Dalton Schultz was our second leading receiver last year. Right? So you look here, he had 12.5 yards a reception. He was good for 3.5 yards after catch. So he was getting almost 4 yards after the catch. So that was very dynamic. Had a passer rating of 80.6 when targeted. So very good play right there. Very good play from a guy that still has a lot left in the tank. Now I'm finna pull up his career numbers. Oops. Just to give y'all a little bit more. These are premium stats. Just to show you that this man is not all lip service. And when you look at his snap counts, you see he can play in the slot. He can play out wide. He can play wherever you want him to play. And when you look at yards after the catch, right? I know, like I said, last year, he only had 198. But the year before, 349, 336, 170, 352, 235, 360, 370. He has always been a guy, who is real good at getting yards after the catch. He doesn't usually go down. He's able to turn dump-off passes into first downs and home run plays because of his speed. So, you really got to like having a guy with his experience, having played in multiple Super Bowls, having played a lot of playoff games, having been a number one receiver the entirety of his career. Gotta love Brandon Cooks. Cooks said his body and his investments, so that 4.3 still legit. Also said he's played with a couple of best to ever do it. Said he is very impressed with Dak's arm, his leadership, and his age. Yeah, and believe me, I don't think he's just giving lip service. Right? He didn't say none of this shit when he was in Houston. Right? He didn't say none of that shit in Houston. So I believe him. He has no reason to lie. He has no reason to lie, sugarcoat that, or anything. I believe he's a man of morals if he really believes what he said. Me and Landlord will be in the JC Lounge tomorrow, bro. About to be fired. Hey, shout out to y'all, man. I'm definitely gonna tap in with y'all, man, when y'all do the lounge, my guy. Definitely will be tuning in. Make sure to support my brother store, man. Landlord, a real solid dude, and so is my brother JC. So when they go live tomorrow, y'all make sure y'all tap in and show them some support. Let me see. Did I miss anything else in here? Can I get rain check for a 2-for-1? My card is locked right now. What's up, Henny? DC4 Live. Hey, you good with it. Hey, you good, man. You always sin. So, hey, whenever you can get some more donations in, do so. I want you to improve your odds of winning that jersey, man. Like y'all deserve dope shit, man. So I'm gonna keep doing these raffles. I'm gonna keep giving back. I really appreciate the support that y'all give to me. And remember, we're going to as long as this next raffle goes well, along the raffle on the 31st has a lot of participation and it pays for itself and everything like that. We will do the raffle for the Dallas Cowboy ticket the following month. So y'all just stay tuned, and I appreciate y'all. Hey, what's up with you, Chris? Night Owl, what's up, man? I said, damn, I can't wait till I do have Full sentence. The season start. Yeah. Already. I mean, I can't wait either. You know, the draft was cool, but it's nothing like watching actual football, man. You know, my favorite part of the whole season is the X's and O's, the matchups, you know, the personnel groupings, the coaching philosophies, how they clash against each other. Like, that's my wheelhouse. You know, coming up with strategies based on the numbers to topple an opponent is where HTM Sports, earns its stripes. Like, you know, it's about the X's and O's, it's about going to war, about strategy. You know, it's about attacking the weaknesses of opposing defense, neutralizing the offense, like using the advanced metrics to try and get a wrangle on that is really what I like to do. All right, so now that we done talked about Brandon Cook's comments about his speed, about the versatility that he brings to the team, we're gonna get to hear what Michael Parsons has to say about Overshown, the linebacker that we just picked up from Texas. Henny, I'm looking for some liquor that will help you score after the draft. Hey man, right now we are sipping we're sipping that Big Mike juice right now, man, because it's gonna be on him, it's gonna be on Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna sip on that Big Mike juice. You know, hopefully, you know, this new offense that he's implementing can live up to the standards he set in Green Bay. Hey, shout out to Neil for the $10 donation. They got you 2 entries into both raffles. So you got 2 additional entries for the one on the 9th, and you got 2 additional entries for the one on the 31st. So I appreciate you for the love and support, my guy. The Cooks wanted to lead that JV team from Texas. Right. Hey, the lounge is going to be great, man. The boys always got great energy, and they know what the hell they talking about. I will never tell y'all go watch a show where I don't believe in the content creator. Like JC know what the hell he be talking about, and landlords definitely know what the hell he be talking about. So y'all make sure y'all go in there and show them boys some love, man. They both are great content creators, man. I think Mike going to do better with the offense with Schottenheimer. I agree. It's going to be a beautiful marriage. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in depth in a little second. Let's go ahead and get off these next audio clips. All right, so I'm going to play this next audio clip for you from Michael Parsons. I'm going to play the entire video. This is him talking about the Dallas Cowboys 3rd-round pick linebacker, DeMorvion Overshown.
Yeah, we could be so much better. We got teams that can't just run away from play no more. We got that stability on the outside, that leadership that's going to get Kelvin, Deshaun, guys like that get going and things like that. So we're very excited.
What excites you about Overshown?
Overshown, and I just like how athletic he is. Him and Devin Harper got a lot of similarities in their game. It's just all about just getting them ready for the game and getting them in the playbook and just putting that weight and getting them coming downhill and just letting that fear go. Yeah, we could be so much better. We got teams that can't just run away from play no more. We got that stability on the outside, that leadership that's going to get Kelvin, Deshaun, guys.
All right. So that was Michael Parsons and his thoughts about the acquisition of DeMorvion Overshown, linebacker from Texas, our 3rd-round pick, the 90th pick overall. And I feel the same way about Overshown. I don't necessarily think that he can, break into the rotation this year. Dallas Cowboys, of course, kept Leighton Vander Esch to play middle linebacker. Right, they are really high on Damone Clark, who had some excellent moments last season, was able to come in fresh off of a back surgery and contribute. They really like Devin Harper. But, the role I really see for Overshown next year, I do think he will overtake Jabril Cox. There's really a reason why Jabril Cox, was completely healthy after his injury and still did not get playing time over Damone Clark fresh off of back surgery. There's a reason that he's even losing snaps on special teams. The man has a tackling issue. So, I definitely do think Overshown will play a lot of special teams. I think situationally he might get some playing time. And I'm really high on the kid, right? Like, out of day 2, y'all all know how the hell I felt about Shoemaker. You know how I felt about Shoemaker. I'm not gonna sit here and fake the funk. I was not happy with that pick. But, I was very happy with Overshown. I like what he brings. He's a very good Jabril Cox. Jabril Cox are linebacker safety hybrid. That's a little A. I like the comparison, but I don't like the comparison because Fred Warner is the best linebacker in the National Football League right now. Like, he is a dog. I hope that Overshown is one day that good, but let's just let the man get on the field first. But I do understand what the comparison is. They're both supreme athletes, but no, that's about it. They both athletic. One guy's an all-pro, one guy's is a third-round rookie. So I ain't gonna even gas that boy up like that because I don't want him to set. I don't want to set the boy up for failure, right? But for Overshown, right? Let's take a quick look at some of his stuff just to show what we got in him. And I like Overshown. He did not have a great 2021 season, but 2020 and 2022 he was superb. Last year he graded out as a 73.9 as a pass rusher. As a run defender, he graded out as a 73.8. His coverage grade was okay with a 66. And remember, this is a guy who has a safety background. So he's 6'3", he's 229 pounds. He ran a 4.56 at the combine. So, I really like him as a prospect. And the beautiful thing about him is that we're so good at safeties and big nickel, and really at linebacker. If you think about these other young guys like Damone Clark and Devin Harper, you don't have to rush him out there. You don't have to rush him out there if you don't need to. Now, if you think that he's ready, he can take the responsibility, go out there and play some linebacker for you, here and there, or if he just flat out beat out a guy like Devin Harper, then go for it. But you could bring him along at your own pace right now because he's good. Like, he's a very good player. He's a very good athlete. You can take the time to get him adjusted to the NFL speed and everything else. No, I'm finna actually screen share this with y'all so y'all can take a look at his statistics with me. So, like I said, overall, last year graded out as a 72.2. He played in 12 games, and he played 712 defensive snaps. So he was always on the field damn near. He rushed the passer 89 times. He played against the run 291, and he actually covered more than he did anything. He had 332 coverage snaps. So solo tackles, he had 67. Assisted tackles, he had 25, but he did miss 14. Now, he has gotten better year in and year out in making tackles. He had 20 missed tackles in 2020. He had 18 in 2021, and he got that down to 14 in 2022. So he got better, right? He got better as a tackler as time progressed. And then when you look at his snaps by alignment, he was attached to the defensive line 123 times. He played in the slot 117, 2 corner snaps, and inside the box as a traditional linebacker 469. He had 30 stops in the run game, which is superb, 16 stops in coverage, forced 2 incompletions. So I do like him. I like his game. And listen, even when he plays superb defenses, he graded out down there C against Alabama, and we know what their offensive line is like. We know what kind of team they are. He graded out well against TCU, who made the national championship game. He graded out well against Baylor. So he graded out well against some very good competition. So I like him. He needs some work. Hey, what's up with you, Dwayne Brown? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, man. Also, since you're late coming in, Dwayne Brown, you have the best odds of winning the raffle on the 9th. You have 22 entries. So salute to you. I thank you for your love and your support. And thank you for always supporting the channel and keeping it real with me, my guy. All right, so let me take this down. So now that we talked about Overshown, I like him. I think that he's still going to be developmental. But, maybe a year from now, he can solidify himself in the linebacker rotation. There is a realistic possibility of him taking J-Ron Kearse's job because he really is a tweener, right? J-Ron Kearse, even though he listed as a safety, he plays so much inside of the box as the big nickel. He even has the green dot. So with J-Ron Curse only having 1 year left on his deal, you can take this time to bring him along, help him develop. If J-Ron Curse leaves, he can go into that spot. I'm not going to say that he can instantly fill in for him because J-Ron Curse is a veteran, right? He has a lot of experience, has played a lot of football. But he is a superb athlete. He will be playing in Dan Quinn's system. So, he will have good coaching and he will have the athletic tools to do whatever he needs to do. So with that said, let's move along to the next clip. The next clip is your starting quarterback, Dak Prescott. And he's talking about the Dallas Cowboys offense. We know he's going to give a very PR response to everything he says. So let's just try to tune in and see if there's any merit to some of this stuff. So let me screen share real quick with y'all. Let me screen share this with y'all real quick. Boom. Let me stop this music before I forget, because that should be sounding horrible when I try to play it over it. And now here is Dak Prescott.
Yeah, things have been great, honestly. Things have been great. The way that the coaches are working together, you can see their chemistry. You can see how together they are, and just making sure that they give us everything detailed and give it to us the right way, the first way. And right now it's about getting comfortable at the plays that we want to run and finding out who exactly we're going to be and what we run best. So right now it's just taking as many bats, as many reps as we can of getting the plays, learning the plays, making the changes that we have on plays that we already have, and then really just finding the way that Mike's going to call this game. Yeah, things have been great, honestly. Things have been great. The way that the coaches are working together, you can see their chemistry. You can see how together they are, and just making sure that they give us everything detailed and give it to us the right way, the first way. And right now it's about getting comfortable at the plays that we want to run and finding out who exactly we're going to be and what we run best. So right now it's just taking as many bats, as many reps as we can of getting the plays, learning the plays, making the changes that we have on plays that we already have, and then really just finding the way that Mike's going to call this game. Yeah, things have been great, honestly.
So we played it 2 times. And hold on, let me turn the screen sharing off. So pretty much only thing that Dak Prescott said is that they're just really getting acclimated, right? This is going to be a new offensive system. They are still going to run some of the old plays that they like, but they're adding new plays into it. And, with new plays, you need to get the reps in. You need to get the timing down. And you also want to know what plays work well for you and what plays you need to just take out the damn playbook entirely, right? That's part of installment. That's part of moving on to a new system. So pretty much only tip of information that he is giving to us right now is that the Dallas Cowboys are just trying to fine tune, the plays that they want to run. So there's nothing really groundbreaking about what he said there. And of course, you don't want him to go out here and give you X's and O's about an offense this early in. You want the defensive coordinators that they're playing against to have to figure this shit out. Now on paper, we know pretty much what we're going to get. Mike McCarthy is a practitioner of the West Coast offense. Brian Schottenheimer is a practitioner of the West Coast offense, even though his particular system marries that with a power run game. Schottenheimer likes to run 12 personnel, so that's why a lot of people believe that Schoonmaker is still going to see the field, despite the fact that I don't think that he's better than Jake Ferguson. There's going to be a lot of 2 tight end sets, a lot of play action with the West Coast principles being off of the run fakes. So we know, in theory, what Dallas Cowboys will be running, but that does not necessarily mean that we know the exact play concepts that we'll be running, because there are dozens upon dozens of different route combinations and things like that you can marry with these concepts. So I like that there was not a lot said. There's always for the best, in my opinion. Don't give them too much early. But we know, as football fans and people that know football, we know the meat and potatoes of what they want to do. All he's saying right there in that clip is they're just fine tuning those particular concepts. So we're gonna move right along to the next clip. And this is Dak Prescott again, and this is actually about contract talks. So Dak Prescott was asked about his contract, and he repeated what was said earlier. He actually said this about 3 different times, because he said this at the cancer charity that he went to too. So he's trying to downplay it, but I'm gonna let y'all hear it. I like the fact the new fullback is actually about the same size as him with a little bit more speed. Henny, what the fuck are y'all looking at? Ferguson, big plays, came on bootlegs. He didn't run by nobody or get past nasty route somebody. Y'all die hard with Ferguson. No, I actually was die hard for Dalton Schultz. Like, you remember my arguments, Iceberg, I was beating the table for Dalton Schultz not to leave the building. And once Dalton Schultz left the building, I was still down on it. But this is my train of thought. I don't believe a raw rookie whose best season was 418 yards and 3 touchdowns is going to beat out a guy who had a better college career than him, who already has an off-season program under his belt, and who's already been actually working out and practicing, with your quarterback, over the course of the offseason. So Jake Ferguson, right? I believe Jake Ferguson already has a leg up on him because he's already been practicing with Dak, because he's already been in the league, because he already has, the NFL experience. Like, it's not really set up for Shoemaker to beat out Jake Ferguson this year. Like, realistically, you know what I mean? Now, there's a chance that he plays. He's their second overall pick. So, there might be a chance that he plays regardless, right? And he might be able to beat out Hendershot, but I don't necessarily think he's going to beat out Ferguson, because Ferguson already has a leg up on him in terms of development. And we all know that tight end is a position that takes a little bit of time. Donald Holmes, what's up with you, man? Salute to you. I appreciate you for the $10 donation. They got you 2 extra entries into both raffles. Henny, he runs a 4.81. We need more speed. I don't care how much he practice. He can't get fast. Well, listen, he may not be the fastest guy in the world, but, and listen, I'm gonna be fair to the Shoemaker, right? I'm gonna be fair to Shoemaker. In terms of shit like Raz, which I don't really put a lot of stock into Raz, he has a very good Raz, right? See, I think it's wide open, Henny, between him and Ferg. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Now, listen, if he go out there and it's fair and square, and he beats him out fair and square, then I'm fine with that. But I also don't want the Dallas Cowboys to just give him the starting job just because he was the second overall pick. You know what I mean? Numbers show a lot of things. He had a very good RAS score. I will say that much. But me personally, I don't actually put a lot of stock into RAS. Because there really is not a way to quantify game speed. People try as they might. There's really not a way to quantify game speed. There's really not a way to quantify, playing strength. There's been plenty of guys, that bench a lot and then go out there and get manhandled. You know what I mean? So I have to see him against other NFL athletes to see how I really feel about him. Number shows Dalton Schultz was just getting started and having fun doing it. It will be interesting. It will be interesting. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because he's a Cowboy now, right? I hope he's very successful. I hope he go out there and put up good numbers because that means my team is playing well. So I don't wish any ill will on Shoemaker. I don't wish any bad things to happen to him. I hope he can get the starting job. If not, I hope he can at least be tight end too and contribute. You know what I mean? I have no agenda. I wasn't high on the pick, but at the same time, I do hope he succeeds. Like I always want to be wrong about players. You know what I mean? If I'm down on a guy, I always want them to prove me wrong. And I've been wrong before. I was wrong about Tyler Smith. I'll sit here right here with a straight face and tell you I was completely wrong about Tyler Smith. Landlord said his RAS score is impeccable. Henny, that's his problem. This is not the 80s and 90s anymore. Guys that are for ace in today's football can't get down the seam. Greenwood, Fred Warner laughed at Ferguson. Facts, he gonna win the starting job. Listen, if he wins the starting job flat out, fair and square, right? And listen, I will have my ass, at the preseason games. I will be covering training camp. So, I will see with my own two eyes if I believe he actually outplayed the boy. So after watching all that, if they give him the starting job and he actually earns it, I will say that. You know what I mean? So that will be a positive step in the right direction. And listen, he is a good athlete. He did play at a college that did not throw the ball particularly a lot, right? I will give him the benefit of the doubt for that. I'm going to give him, listen, just because I'm down on you right after the draft does not mean I would not give you a fair shot to change my mind. Right? I will always give a player a fair shot to change my mind about them. Like, I owe them that much. Man, training camp gonna be lit, bro. Training camp gonna be lit as hell. And you are right about that, JC Cowboy. It is not easy to find a guy that can do both. All right. I almost forgot to even play the Dak Prescott clip. So let me play the Dak Prescott clip real quick, and then we'll revisit, some of this talks about Shoemaker. So this is Dak Prescott on contract talks. And God, don't let me forget to turn this off. I hope he's a badass. But listen, I'm not always right. And I would never sit here and lie to y'all like I am always right. So I hope that I am pleasantly surprised about his production.
More in tune?
Yeah.
No, probably less in tune than ever, really, to be honest with you. Y'all know me, and y'all know every offseason for me to go in there and get better as best as I can. And that's stuff that I leave to the Cowboys and I leave to my agent. They got it done years ago, and when it's time to get it done again, I trust in both of them. And as Steven has said, it might happen overnight. Who knows, right? But that's not any of my concerns or in my thought process.
Okay. Now it's time to play music again. Oh, I didn't know that. Landlord from Wakanda, he said life ain't fair. He had to hook up. I got to hook up. Yo, what's up with you, Dunny Holmes? Appreciate you for tapping in and showing love to the channel, my guy. Appreciate you for the love and support. So, just from that, right, being the Y tight end, pro style offense and abilities to block, that's music to Will McClay's ears. Listen, I understand the mindset behind it, right? And there are a couple of things that made me, because I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna talk about what Dak Prescott just said. There are a couple of reasons why I was down about the Shoemaker pick. One, the Dallas Cowboys offensive line is currently ranked 28 in pass protection. They passed on the chance to add Osiris Torrance, who was an offensive guard who I identified as the best offensive guard in the draft from the numbers and stuff that I looked at. And he had never given up a sack in his entire collegiate career. And while he was a right guard, the Dallas Cowboys have never had an issue in swapping around people. Zach Martin was a tackle coming out of college, and they moved his ass to right guard. Tyler Smith was a left tackle coming out of college, and the Dallas Cowboys wanted to move him to left guard. Right? He might actually play left guard this season. So, with that said, I really liked him as a prospect. Very strong, very powerful, can add value in both the run game and pass protection. And he was there with a first round grade, in my opinion. Right? I know there's other outlets that have people with this, other people that have people with that. Over at HTM Sports, I had Osiris Torrance with a first round grade. Right? HTM Sports had Osiris Torrance with a first round grade. And I did not feel like Shoemaker was good enough of a player to be selected over him when you had an obvious need in pass protection. With that said, though, I'm going to also say this. The Dallas Cowboys have had a magnificent track record with identifying offensive line. So they passed on him. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt for now. But I will be keeping a close eye on Osiris Torrance as the season progresses. Yo, Dwayne Brown, what's good with you, man? Appreciate the $10 donation. They got you 2 entries into both raffles, so you now have 24 entries for the raffle on the night. So salute to you, and I appreciate you for the love and support, my guy. So no, that's really why I was down on him. He says, hey, he actually has some of the better lateral movement of some of these offensive linemen in this year's draft. Now, he is not this superb, I'm a skate my ass to the second level guy, but he can still get there. Like make no mistake about it. And in Dallas, he would have had the privilege of actually working out with Big Duke. He would have the privilege of actually being with our training staff, which is one of the better staffs in National Football League. So those concerns did not really hinder me from wanting him on the team, right? Just from a personal standpoint. And I know we all have done our own research on guys. We all have our own ways of evaluating players. So, of course, I know the Dallas Cowboys have their own way of evaluating players as well. So this could be something that I'm proven wrong about, and that's fine. I actually hope that I'm proven wrong about Osiris Torrance, and I'm proven wrong about Schoonmaker. Right? I always hope to be wrong about player personnel when we don't get the guy. So I ain't tripping about it. Well, I am tripping about it, but I hope that I'm proven wrong. Iceberg fan is nice. Dude is a running back who got huge, and coaches tried to get creative. He's going to sneak up on some folks. He said, I'm going back. I'm going to remind Eagles that they haven't been an average team in 2 years. Holla. Hey, do that. The thing I like is we have 2 offensive coordinators working together who believe in fundamental football and doing what works for their current roster. I agree with that. And they both want to run the damn ball, so I'm fine with that. So to segue back into what Dak Prescott was saying, no comments sound like a guy who knows he's going to make $59.4 million next year. He ain't too tore up about it. He trusts his agent. He trusts the Cowboys to get it done because he knows it got to get done. The Dallas Cowboys owe Dak Prescott $59.4 million in the 2024 season. He cannot be traded. He can veto any trade that he does not want. He cannot be cut because that amount of dead money would capsize the cap for years to come. And the Dallas Cowboys need to re-sign multiple other players. CeeDee Lamb needs a contract. Trayvon Diggs needs a contract. And by the time it's time to pay Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons will need a contract. So theoretically, the Dallas Cowboys can clear a massive chunk of cap space just by extending Dak Prescott. Right? So theoretically, if they give Dak Prescott the contract extension that he wants, they will then free up the needed cap space to re-sign CeeDee Lamb, to re-sign Trayvon Diggs, and to also re-sign Micah Parsons without, having to do gymnastics, right? They don't have to do anything else crazy. Because this is on the low end. Next year, if Dak Prescott gets an extension, he can save anywhere between $26.2 million against the cap to $35 million against the cap. No, $39 million against the cap. I'm sorry. It just depends on how they actually want to restructure it. So with that said, right, Dak Prescott knows he's going to get his money one way or the other. If the Dallas Cowboys want to play hardball, he'll just make almost $60 million from one season. Then he can test the open market because he can't be tagged again. He's been tagged twice. A third franchise tag would be a 66% increase on his contract. So he's already been tagged twice, so he can't get tagged a third time. It would be a ludicrous amount of money. It would be more than the $59.4 million he made the year prior. He can't get cut. It would capsize the salary cap, and he can't get traded unless he wants to be. So he knows he's going to get that money regardless. So he feels, he's supposed to feel very secure about himself. Let the front office and his agent figure it out. He just got to focus on football. So he ain't said nothing wrong. He didn't lie in that regard. He did not lie in that regard. All right, so let's move on to the next clip. And this is that boy, CeeDee Lamb. talk about his contract and his future with the Dallas Cowboys. Hold on. Matter of fact, I don't even have the audio for that one. So I'm going to move up and talk about Trayvon Diggs. So this first clip is Trayvon Diggs talking about new acquisitions. Oops. Started playing it without trying to. So this next one is Trayvon Diggs talking about new corner acquisition, Stephon Gilmore, and what it means to have him on the team. So I'm going to share the screen. Booyah. Got it pulled up. This is Trayvon Diggs right here talking about that. And I'm hitting the play button right. Hold on. Let me stop this background music. Hey, Johnny Herrera, what's up with you, man? All right. I know we need to get it done as soon as possible. You know, I hate even having the thought process of one of these guys leaving Dallas because we damn sure need them. Henny, we're in the closet. Stay safe. What closet? What's going on out there, man? Y'all got a storm going on? This nice back to discussing regular football was Raffles. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I feel the same way. I'm glad that we got this draft stuff out the way. It was cool going down there, seeing West Coast and seeing Landlord, you know, making content together. That was cool. The actual draft itself was exhausting as hell. Looking at all these players, and then for the Dallas Cowboys to turn around and leave guys that you scattered on the board, it was tough for me.
I talk to him a lot. You know, we always chat, and I've been talking to Gilmore since I got into the league. You know, I always ask him questions like when I first started. Now I got him on my team, so I can bug him every day.
Who got the jersey, you or Micah?
Micah got the jersey.
Did you get a new one? You gonna get one now?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the Cowboys one.
Okay. How did you kind of establish yourself as one of the premier corners in the game? What do you talk to him about now?
Just how to stay consistent, how to slow the game down even more, you know, because when I watch him when he plays, he literally plays in slow motion, but it's really fast, but he's so smart and so just, you know, boss at it that it looks like he's walking on water. He just make it look so easy. So, you know, I want to learn how to do that and learn how to just take my game to the next level. I talk to him a lot, you know. We always chat, and I've been talking.
Hold on, I'm having network connection issues. Lord, I hope it wasn't my YouTube that went down. Oh no, YouTube's still up and running. Okay. Yeah, I was having some network connection issues, man. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I hope we sign Diggs. I hope we do. So just a couple takeaways from what Trayvon Diggs said. He stated that he actually has been talking to Stephon Gilmore since he got into the league. So Stephon Gilmore has always been a guy giving Trayvon Diggs tips, helping him in his development. And as he said, he's on the team now, so he can get the word the hell out of him every day. You know, instead of just shooting him a text or giving him a call here and there. So I like it. Stephon Gilmore is definitely a guy that is an improvement over the cornerback 2 position. You know, even right now in his older age, he's a better player than Anthony Brown. I think he plays better at that position than DaRon Bland. Even though DaRon Bland is a great player, I think he's more suited for the slot. And, you know, it doesn't allow opposing quarterbacks or opposing offenses to just target one side of the field, right? When we look at how teams attacked the cornerback 2 position last year, at the time of Anthony Brown's injury, he was the second most targeted cornerback in the entire National Football League. And then we saw how teams went after Kelvin Joseph when he went out there. And we saw this revolving door of different cornerbacks that we brought in to try and man that position. So he instantly brings validity and credibility to that spot. He's a former Defensive Player of the Year, former Super Bowl champion with the Patriots. You know, a hell of a player, hell of a professional. So I'm glad the Dallas Cowboys were able to get him and bring him in even though I'm sad he only has 1 year under contract with the Dallas Cowboys. I do think very highly of the guy. I do like him a lot, and I do think that he will, improve our team as a whole. He is a superb athlete. He is a superb pro. And even last year, people talk about Stephon Gilmore is washed up. He actually graded out as a top 10 cornerback. So even at his advanced age, he's already in his 30s. He was still a top 10 cornerback last year, right? But people don't talk about that. So yeah, I'm glad that he's here to help these younger guys, help Trayvon Diggs. And just to add on to the Trayvon Diggs talk, this is Trayvon Diggs talking about his contract. This is not a long clip. This is just 11 seconds. But let's see what he has to say about that. I'm finna stop the music again. Bring the screen back up.
Hopefully, something gets figured out. I love Dallas. I love being here. So, we'll see. Hopefully,
So yeah, all he said, he loved Dallas and he wants to be here as a Dallas Cowboy, right? That's all he said. He loves Dallas and he wants to be here. He wants to be on the team, as he should, right? I really wish the Dallas Cowboys would have got this done already, because theoretically you have enough money when you get the money back from Zeke. The Dallas Cowboys will receive an extra $10 million on June the 2nd from the Ezekiel Elliott cut. So theoretically, the Dallas Cowboys have the money right now to pay either him or CeeDee Lamb. So I really want to retain him. He's led the league in interceptions since he came into the league. He has made an All-Pro selection. He's made a Pro Bowl selection, 2 Pro Bowl selections. And he really improved as a coverage guy last year. I know the year before he made, leaps and bounds with his interceptions as an impact player that way. But even as a coverage guy, like, his skills improved night and day this season. So he's a guy that's getting better. People be forgetting he's a converted wide receiver and has not been playing the cornerback position very long at all, and still playing at a high level. So, I really like Trayvon Diggs, and I hope the Dallas Cowboys are able to retain him. Hey, what's up with you, Sneaker Charles? Thank you for tapping into the liquor store and showing love. Michael H., I love Dallas, but I ain't no killer, but don't test me. Hey, I feel that, my guy. Hey, say prayers for Regina Green. Look like they're having a storm in her area. Pray that her and her family are safe and that they get through this unscathed. So shout out to y'all. Hope everything goes well. So now that we got that covered, right? Let's talk about contracts. Because I actually did see something that was very it was very what's the word I'm looking for? Encouraging. It was very encouraging what I did see. Because there are actually talks that the Dallas Cowboys could get all of these extensions and contracts done by the start of next offseason. I do not know the validity in this, but I'm going to read you the report, and I'm just going to reiterate some of the things that I said earlier. So people say Diggs can't tackle. If you old enough to remember Deion Sanders' Hall of Fame speech, the same was said about him. He countered by saying he tackled every bill his mother had. Hey, you don't really have to be. Hey, they doing good, Miss Charles. I appreciate you. But yeah, like, that's not really the job of a cornerback to go out there and make a ton of tackles, right? That's really the job of the linebackers and the safeties. There are other guys out there that are paid to tackle people. The corners are there to prevent touchdowns, get interceptions, and break up passes. Yeah, and that's fair. He said Diggs isn't Deion. He's not, but he still is an all-pro corner. And when we really think about, how much we care about tackling cornerbacks, I don't think that most people can name the top 10 tackling cornerbacks in the National Football League. I don't think they can name the top 10 cornerbacks tackling cornerbacks in National Football League. So I think people put emphasis on tackling corners when it matters, right? Because look at your own team. Anthony Brown is a superb tackler, and nobody gives a damn about that, right? They were talking about all the touchdowns and catches he gave up. Dallas Law, what's up with you, my guy? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. I do appreciate that, my guy. Well, let me see if I can find this though, because I had something for y'all. Just gotta make sure I can find it now. Maybe it's on Twitter on the stuff that I shared, but I did find a report. Let me go in here and look. Damn, I can't find the report I was looking at. Oh, you know what? I know where it is. I think I sent it to the group chat with me and West Coast and Landlord. Let me check there. Maybe I didn't. Oh, here it go. No shit, this still ain't it. Oh, okay. I finally found it. Shit, they took an act of Congress, man. Okay, so this is actually a report from Todd Archer. I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to South Cac. What's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. DP Johnson saying to you. So let me read this report to y'all. So this is a report from Todd Archer. The Cowboys are interested in getting Trayvon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott all new contracts as early as this offseason, per Todd Archer. He noted that it could be, hold on. Let me open this back up. He noted that it could be a busy offseason yet over training camp / OTAs. So Dallas Cowboys seem like they want to go ahead and get these deals done. They need to. And, I already gave you the easy mathematical way to do it. Dak Prescott will make $59.4 million next year. If you extend him first, right? If you extend him first, you could save anywhere between $26.2 and $39 million against the cap. So theoretically, the Dak Prescott extension actually opens up the cap enough for you to re-sign Trayvon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb and even Michael Parsons if you wanted to go ahead and do that. Right, I know Michael Parsons is not eligible for a contract extension until the 2024 until this upcoming offseason. But you would theoretically open up enough cap space by giving Prescott his extension to get all 3 deals done. Hey, yo, Philly, what's up with you, man? Hey, this is one of the few Eagle fans y'all cannot run over. Philly always coming through and showing love to the channel, so I appreciate the guy for the love and the support, man. Hey, Dallas Law, you the man for coming in here, tapping in with me so much, man. Said even my niece is graduating on my brother's birthday. He flying across the country for his birthday gift. Hey, salute to your niece and your brother, man. Hey, that's good shit to hear, man. Salute to you and your family, man. That's a bunch of good stuff right there. So listen, I'm glad that it's being reported. They want to go ahead and get this stuff done. We know that we need Dak Prescott. We know that we need CeeDee Lamb, who was an all-pro wide receiver. Henny, tell that to Cap Boy. I know. Dwayne Brown said no Eagles fan off limit. Ooh. He out there coming with the smoke. Don't do him dirty. Don't do him dirty, OG Brown. Oh, man. That is what's up, man. Hey, and shout out to Dwayne Brown too, man. Shout out to you and your family too, man. That's a bunch of good stuff to hear about. That would be the smart thing to do. That deadline makes good deals, has kicked them in the ass every time. Always Cowboys, always draw the short straw. Buzzer, look, F them Eagles. They be on our channel more than us. Terrell Bigelow. Hey. It's true, but Philly don't be coming on here and trolling me. So, if anything, the person that comes here and trolls the most and talks the most shit is actually Eastside Hero. Like I got like 2 Eagles fans that come on here. One of them is my dear friend and classmate DJ, and the other is Philly. Like I don't have any problem with them. Like they're not really Eagles fans that come on here and troll me because I cussed them out. But Eastside Hero, like he talks more shit than anybody else on here. So like, if y'all want to put a hit on somebody, put a hit on Eastside Hero. That's still my boy. Like, put a hit on his ass. He said, "If Eastside Hero too, yeah. Let's circulate the injury around. Eastside Hero be the main one talking crazy, and he delusional. He said Eastside Hero about to get eliminated. Well, they are supposed to be extending them. They haven't extended them yet, but the report from Todd Archer is that they're trying to get the Prescott, the CeeDee Lamb, and the Trayvon Diggs deal done expeditiously. They're saying they want to get this done expeditiously. And it makes sense because you can still, he said Texans slapping season. Yeah, man. These slap patches out the Texans fans. He said Eastside got whacked on his channel. He don't know who did it. Hey, landlord, when you a made man, shit that happen around you all the time, man. When you a made man, that folks just go missing for talking crazy to you. You don't know what happened. Somebody probably did that to get in favor with you, man. It just happened like that when you part of the family. It just happened like that sometime, landlord. But I don't know nothing about that though, man. I don't know nothing about Eastside Hero getting whacked around my boy landlord. We were in Kansas City when that happened. We were out the country. Yeah, they better hurry. Parsons next. It gets real crucial if they sit around on their hands and let stuff just happen. The Dallas Cowboys way too often have been reactionary, and they have not taken action. Right? They have not been proactive about going out there and signing players when it was time to sign them. We saw the Dallas Cowboys allow the quarterback market to balloon. When they were in contract talk with Dak Prescott, the going rate, when he first came available for an extension was about $30 million, give or take. And they ended up, as paying him $40 million a year because they chose to drag their feet on getting the contract done. Because remember, he was eligible to get an extension after the 2018 season. They let the 2019 season pass, and they also let the 2020 season pass. And in that time, multiple other quarterbacks got paid. And of course, because of that, the quarterback market increased. So they really have done that right now. They've let Jalen Hurts beat them to the table. They've let Lamar Jackson beat them to the table. And really, they need to get it done before these other young quarterbacks get paid. Like some people will say, it shouldn't matter what Joe Burrow makes because Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl. But Justin Herbert is also in line to probably get about $53 million. And we know that Justin Herbert has never even won a playoff game, right? He actually had one of the biggest playoff collapses in the National Football League history with his team surrendering a 26-point lead. So he's still going to get about $50 million. And when you look around in his own division, Daniel Jones is on a contract right now that would pay him more than Dak Prescott's money. So the quarterback market is what the quarterback market is. Dak Prescott is going to be in line for about $53, $54, $55 million annually. But we all know the annual money does not matter. It only matters what the cap hit says. Case in point, Dak Prescott is a $40 million a year quarterback. And this is something that I always say. He's a $40 million a year quarterback that has never cost the Dallas Cowboys $40 million against the cap. The first year of his deal was $17 million. The next year was like 19. This current year right now, which is the third year of his deal, is going to be like 25. And 25. And then next year is what we're going to balloon to 59. But, if you give him an extension, you won't even have to pay him over 40 that year. So manipulating the cap, making sure that, the cap hits are palpable, that's always in the wheelhouse for the Dallas Cowboys to control, right? They can control that. They've done it with Dak Prescott. Every other team in the National Football League has done it. And even on the Jalen Hurts contract, right? The first 3 years of his deal, even though he's a $50 million a year quarterback, the first 3 years of his deal, the cap hits are under $40 million, all three of them. So, there's plenty of ways to manipulate the cap. So even though on paper it's going to say Prescott is making $55 million a year, majority of that is not going to be actually go against the cap, and it's going to be fine. So I'm going to say this right now. before people gonna come out here and say Dak Prescott is not worth this amount of money, worth that amount of money. One, the market is what the market is. Two, the actual cap hits on that contract are going to be very reasonable. Three, you're not paying Dak Prescott. You are not paying Dak Prescott out of your own pocket. Right, this is Jerry Jones' money, and he deserves to pay everybody every red cent that they're owned. Numbers and facts. That's why I watch this every chance I get. Hey, I appreciate that, Brian Kite. I really do that, and that means a lot to me, brother. Hey, Sugar Daddy Warren, what's good with you, my guy? Thank you for tapping into the channel and showing love, man. I do appreciate that. So listen, I actually was going to put together something and talk to y'all about the run defense. I'm going to talk to you about the correlation of the run defense and championships and how the Cowboys have improved their run defense as a whole with the acquisition of Monty Smith and Overshown, because they both are actually highly rated run defenders. But I think I'm going to say that for another video. There's enough to talk about for another hour. My grandbaby just came over here. My son's over here. So I'm actually going to get off of here, spend some time with my family, spend some time with my wife. I appreciate y'all for tapping in and showing love to the channel. You know, I really appreciate the support. Y'all definitely helped the channel grow. You know, y'all definitely have, kept me engaged through these lean times in the off season. So I just need everybody on the way out to hit the like button. I need y'all to hit that share button. And you have not already joined the channel, please hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers, and we're at like 766 right now. So please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Please continue to support the raffles. It's $5 to join. It's 2 for 1 right now. You'll enter into a raffle on the 9th with $5, and you'll also into a raffle on the 31st, and both will be for a Dallas Cowboy jersey of the winner's choice. So thank y'all again. I appreciate the love and the support. And remember, I always tell y'all to drink and drive responsibly. But if you see an Eagles fan in the middle of the road, you have my permission to run their goofy ass over. Hey, appreciate y'all. Don't ever take that too seriously. I know y'all be trying. I don't want y'all. Hey, when I get big, I don't want new motherfuckers to come back and sue me for damages. Like, I don't really want you to run nobody over. So, hey, appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for the love and support. And I'll be back with y'all later, man. Peace.